After a disappointing last 3 games against Windy City, getting swept by the Thunderbolts, the Evansville Otters have a chance at redemption today as they will start a new 3-game series, this time against the Joliet Slammers. Greetings and salutations, everybody. Kyle Chandler joining you here on the play-by-play, and Evansville comes into this contest a season-worst 11 games below 500. They are 17 and 28 on the season, and Joliet, on the other hand, 21 and 24. This is the last time that these two clubs will match wits and lock horns this season. Should be a good one, and it has been a good season series against these two foes so far, with Joliet taking 5 out of the 9 prior games, most recently taking 2 out of 3 at Evansville, and that was a game, a series where the series opener was postponed. They moved it back, and then there was a twin bill to conclude the series, with Joliet winning the first real series opener as well as the opener in that twin bill. So Evansville was able to salvage the series with a win in the nightcap, and today they will look to continue their success against Joliet, maybe try to build a win streak, and Evansville desperately needs it right now. When you look at the Frontier League standings leaderboard, the Otters now 11.5 games behind first place Washington, and they are also 9 games back of a playoff spot. So Evansville keeps sinking and sinking, but they will have to figure out something if they want to try to climb back into the playoff hunt for the 2024 season, because things have not been looking great. And while there's still plenty of time left to turn it around, that window is slowly closing. So Evansville has to find a way. But again, it's a new chance today, and we'll have to see what they make of their new series against Joliet. Well, we'll go through the starting lineups first for the visiting Otters, led by manager Andy McCauley. It's Giovanni DiGiacomo leading off. He's in center field. David Mendham, the first baseman, bats second. Alec Olin, the right fielder, batting third. And it is Randy Bednar, the designated hitter, cleaning up. Mason White out in left field, batting fifth. Yomar Reyes playing the hot corner, bats sixth. Justin Felix, the catcher, he will bat seventh. Delvin Zinn, the shortstop, batting eighth. And it is Alex Adams, the newly acquired second baseman, filling out the starting 9. Flipping the book over for the Joliet Slammers, Liam MacArthur will lead things off in left field. Antonio Valdez out at second base, batting second. Matthew Workington, the DH, bats third. Jonathan Sierra, the cleanup, will bat fourth. He's at first base as well. Drew Stengren back behind the dish, batting fifth. Victor Nova will be the third baseman. He bats sixth. Giovanni Garbella, the right fielder, batting seventh. Cal Hayes, the shortstop, batting eighth. Braden Duyon, the center fielder, batting ninth. And the pitching matchup, Braden Scott on the rubber for Evansville. Flipping the book over back toward the Otters offense, it will be Brett Sanchez on the rubber. We're going to take a step aside on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. We'll head to the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll bring you first pitch.
The singing of our national anthem.
Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight dress gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors that star-spangled
Otters Digital Network. Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to Joliet, Illinois. We're at the Slammers Stadium, and the Evansville Otters are ready to take on the Joliet Slammers here for this Tuesday evening contest. Well, this is the 4th of July series, so happy early 4th of July to everybody. We will be playing Tuesday, tonight, tomorrow, Wednesday, and also on Thursday, which is the 4th of July game. Should be a good series between these two clubs. And on the rubber, it is Brett Sanchez, the right-hander, who will face Giovanni DiGiacomo, leading it off for Evansville. DiGiacomo working from the left side. He bats left-handed, and DiGiacomo in his first 11 games, a .381 average, and we are just about ready to go. Sanchez is 3-1 on the 2024 season, and Sanchez into his 8th appearance, 6th game in the starting role, 36 and a thirds prior innings, and a .347 ERA. He's ready, the right-hander, into the motion, and the kick and the pitch. It is in the inside corner, a called strike, and we're underway here at Slammers Stadium, a 6:32 start time. Sanchez's next pitch, it misses the zone, and the count 1-1 Well, we know how quickly this guy likes to work on the rubber. Here comes the next delivery, and it's on the outside corner, a strike. 1-2 now to DiGiacomo. Going to be hard to say anything in between batters, in between pitches, because this is a guy who works so fast on the rubber. Here's the next offering, and it's sent foul the opposite way. The count remains 1-2 for DiGiacomo. Well, we didn't get any starting lineups today, so we have no clue who the umpires are. Next pitch line back to the screen. Thank goodness I went into the clubhouses to get the rosters myself, because otherwise we'd have no idea who was playing. So we cannot provide the umpires information, so we apologize for that. Now the 1-2, and it's lined back to the screen. We'll have another 1-2 pitch for DiGiacomo. We'd love to give them to you, but that information was never provided to us from the Joliet staff. So here we are. Here's the wind in the pitch, and it's grounded down the first baseline, foul. And as I say that, a kind gentleman drops off a paper to me. So thank you to that. Sanchez into the motion. Here comes the 1-2. And it misses outside. So that breaks up the 4 foul balls in a row streak. So our home plate umpire, Alex Lowry. Out at first base, Justin Penix. And it is Reed Hoover as our third base umpire. Here's a ground ball hit out towards second. Fielded cleanly. Valdez up with it. And his throw to first will retire DiGiacomo. There's one down. So DiGiacomo saw 9 pitches, but he is out number 1. And that'll bring up David Mendham. Evansville 17-28. A season low in regard to being under 500, 11 games. Now the next pitch in there, a strike, and the count 0-1 to Mendham. There's still time to bounce back. Mendham goes after the next one, hits it high, hits it deep down the right field line, and this is foul. Just to the right of that white chalk going down the right field line. And Mendham will have an 0-2 count. But you figure if Evansville wants to get back in a playoff spot, they're going to have to make a move quickly, because we are almost halfway through the 2024 season. Hard to believe that, isn't it? Now comes the 0-2 from Sanchez. And it's a breaking ball that misses downstairs. The count 1-2. Now the pitch. And it misses outside. Boy, I'll tell you what. Sanchez gets the ball back. He's ready to throw. Mendham digs back in. And what do you know? Sanchez Back into the wind. Here's the 2-2. Fastball misses outside. This is game number 46 of 96 in the 2024 season. So the series finale against Joliet will be the halfway point. Now comes the 3-2 delivery, and it's lined back to the screen foul. I'll have another full count for Mendham. Mendham batting .353 in 43 games for Evansville. 23 runs scored, 12 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 23 RBIs. The pitch, breaking ball lined out towards second. A leaping try by Valdez, and he's able to make the catch. Well, nothing you can do there other than tip your cap, and it's 2 outs to the second baseman here to begin this ball game, and now it'll be Alec Olin coming to the plate. Well, Sanchez has had to work early. 16 pitches to the first 2 batters. Olin digging in from the right side, and the right-hander into the wind. The pitch, fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Olin 2 for 9 in that series against Windy City. Here comes the next delivery. Breaking ball, just misses a little bit low. No score, top of the first inning between Evansville and Joliet. Now the 1-1 pitch. And it's hit back over the screen foul, the count 1-2. Boy, Sanchez is every broadcaster's worst nightmare. All you can do is just talk about the pitch and that's it. No storytelling, no nothing. Forget it. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count 2-2 now. Olin had an RBI, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and a stolen base against the T-Bolts. The 2-2. And he lifts this in the air towards shallow right field, charging in Garbella. He will call off Valdez and make the catch, and the right fielder retires the side. A 1-2-3 for Sanchez. We'll take it to the home half of the inning, and there's no score between Evansville and Joliet.
And now it's time to introduce our mascot, Spike and J.L. Bird. Thank you again to our friends.
Bottom of the first inning, and there's no score with Joliet and Evansville. On the rubber, it will be Braden Scott working against Liam MacArthur. First pitch on the outside corner called a strike, and it is 0-1. The Slammers left fielder working on an 8-game hit streak. Scott into the motion, and now the pitch is fouled down the third base line. It's quickly 0-2 to MacArthur. MacArthur, a .315 batter. He leads the club in qualified hitters for Joliet this season. The southpaw gets the signal. Into the wind, the kick and the pitch. Fastball above the head of MacArthur. And he lays off 1-2. Scott 1-6 on the year. This is his 10th appearance, all in starts. The pitch. Fastball high. 52 2/3 prior innings. 3.93 ERA for Scott. He offers up. And it's another fastball high and in. So 3 straight heaters way upstairs. And after being ahead 0-2, just like that, the count's now full. Here comes the payoff. And it's sent foul to the Otters' third base dugout. We'll try it again at 3-2. MacArthur a 4-for-14 series against the Schaumburg Boomers, the club most recently seen by Joliet. The pitch. And he lifts this in the air onto the infield, calling for it. Delvins in on the trim of the turf. He will make the catch, and there's one down.
Batting second for the Slammers, number 12.
So Sanchez sneaking into shallow left center. And MacArthur retired for out number 1. That'll bring up Antonio Valdez. No score between Evansville and Joliet, bottom of the first inning. Scott motions home. And this ball is lined into right field, base hit. So there's your first runner of the ball game, and Antonio Valdez continues to stay hot at the plate. And now it will be Matthew Workington coming up. Workington batting .299. 10 home runs, 40 RBIs. Near the top in the Frontier League in both of those categories. Scott ready, working from the stretch. He deals. And this one is lined to the right side, out of play. And we'll try it now at 0-1. Workington played his last 2 seasons of collegiate ball at Xavier University. It's a school near Cincinnati, Ohio. Now the 0-1. Swing and a miss. I had a friend that played baseball at Xavier as well. His name was Bobby Jones. Then he transferred to Eastern Michigan. And if you remember Glenn Miller, those two were teammates at Eastern Michigan this past spring. A throw to the bag at first, back in safely Valdez. The other thing that I remember about Bobby Jones is, let's just say his dad made pretty good money. So they had a killer backyard. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses low. They had a swimming pool, a nice bar area, and they had a putting surface. So I had clubs and some balls laying around, and one day I was over at their house. We got to use them. The next pitch fouled away to the right side, out of play, and the count remains 1-2 for Workington. That was a team event going on, so there were a lot of kids over, and I put the ball all the way across the backyard, which was a huge backyard. I was onto the concrete at this point, way off the putting green. Scott ready with the 1-2, the pitch, and this is lined down the right field line. It's trouble. Fair ball as this one heads for the corner, bounces up against the wall. Olin picks it up, being waved around third. Valdez, he will try to score, and he's in safe with a feet first slide. RBI double for Workington. And Valdez makes it a 1-0 game. The Slammers draw first blood. RBI number 41 for the big man, and now coming to the plate, Jonathan Sierra.
Number 17, Jonathan Sierra.
A 1-2 count, and Workington slaps it the opposite way and does some damage early. Sierra digging in from the left side, and we'll see how Scott responds. He looks to second, now he comes home. And the first pitch is on the outside black, called a strike, 0-1. So anyways, we were at this guy Bobby Jones's house, who again played at Xavier, as did Workington. The pitch. And it's a little bit low, 1-1, the count to Sierra. And I bet Bobby Jones $5 that I couldn't drain a putt from about 70 feet away on one try. Again, off the putting green, onto the cement near the pool. The pitch, and it's lined back to the screen, 1-2. $5 at that time. I was like 9 years old. That's like $5,000. In today's how old I am now. And so I line it up. Dink. Putts away. Traveling. Onto the green. It's looking good. And I sink it. Here's the 1-2. It's tapped at the plate foul. We'll have another 1-2 pitch. Let me tell you, Bobby was in complete disbelief that I made that putt. One of my greatest and only golf memories. Yeah, good times. Smith comes to the set, the kick and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He's able to set down Sierra on strikes. First strikeout of the game for Scott. And now there are 2 gone here in the inning. Runner on second base, and Joliet leads Evansville 1-0. Scott saw these guys in his last appearance on the rubber. He's ready, and the pitch. Misses a little bit below the knees. The count 1-0. And the last time he saw Joliet was back at Bossy Field. Put together a really good performance. Here comes the 1-0 delivery. And it's in for a strike. The count even now to Stengren. The catcher batting right-handed, working on a 4-game hit streak. Scott pitched in the nightcap of the Twin Bill back on the 27th. Pitched in all 7 innings as well, through a complete game, 1-run game. He steps off the rubber. Runner on second base, 2 gone here in the first inning. Scott, glove at the belt, kicks and deals. Here's a line drive back up the middle, base hit. And Workington will be waved around home. No throw to the plate from DiGiacomo, 2-0 Slammers. Third hit of the inning, and Drew Stengren plates an RBI single. This first inning will continue, and Scott now having to labor. Already at 21 total pitches, and now coming to the plate, Victor Nova. Lefty on lefty matchup. Nova, the third baseman, working on a 3-game hit streak. Here comes Scott's first pitch. Breaking ball lifted in the air, down by the left field, well, rather third base bag, and calling for it, Reyes. He will make the catch. Joliet plates 2 here in the bottom of the first inning. They lead Evansville 2-0. We'll be back in the second on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
number 6, Randy Bednar.
Top of the second inning, Randy Bednar coming to the plate. Joliet leads Evansville 2-0. Brett Sanchez back on the rubber. The right-hander winds and fires, and here's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count 1-0. Well, Sanchez did throw 21 pitches in that first inning. Now the next offering, line back to the screen foul, 1-1 to Bednar. He threw 14 strikes, but he went 1-2-3. Well, if Evansville can keep drawing long at bats, that'll be favorable for them. Here's a breaking ball in the outside corner, called strike 2. Sanchez back into the line. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Bednar is down on strikes to begin the top half of the second inning.
That strikeout brought to you by Mega Plumbing. For all your plumbing.
So now coming to the plate, it'll be Mason White. White 1 for 10 in the last series against Windy City. Joliet leads Evansville 2-0. Base is empty. Sanchez deals the first pitch, and it's on the outside black, 0-1. Well, that was the first strikeout of the game for Sanchez. He's already back into the wind, the pitch, and it's lined down the third base side foul, 0-2 to White. He will call time, as will many of these Otters hitters tonight while facing Sanchez. And my goodness, does this guy work fast. White digs back in. Now the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sanchez. And he sets the first 2 Otters of the inning down on 7 pitches. Now to be Yomar Reyes coming to the plate. Well, Sanchez really slow with the velocity. He's a sidewinder, so he throws from about 180 degrees. Here's the first pitch to Reyes. Breaking ball lifted in the air, and this is near the mound. Calling for it, the first baseman, Sierra, can't get it. Nobody wanted to take charge, including Sanchez, although it was right at him. And he kind of just stood there on the mound, allowed the rest of the infield to convene, but nobody wanted to take charge. And Sierra pointed at the baseball but couldn't make the catch. He was the closest slammer to be near the vicinity. And, well, that'll have to go down as a single for Reyes. Can't charge an error there. There's the first base runner of the game for Evansville. At the plate, Justin Felix takes the first pitch, breaking ball away, and the count is 1-0. If you've ever seen the movie Benchwarmers, classic baseball film, I want to say, can you tell him to slow it down? Next pitch misses inside. If you've seen that movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. When Clark asked the umpire to tell the pitcher to slow it down. Here's the 2-0. Fastball in there for a strike. Now in the movie they're talking about velocity, but I'm talking about tempo. Sanchez comes to the set. The kick and the pitch. And Felix lines it back to the screen. 2-2 now. Felix saw one game of action against the T-Bolts. Had an RBI, 2 walks. No official at-bats. Runner on first, 2 gone in the second. Joliet leads at 2-0. The pitch, ground ball, weakly hit to the right side of the infield. Charging Sierra, he will flip it to Sanchez, covering the bag, and they're able to get, or are they? No, Felix is safe at first. So Sanchez wasn't able to get there in time, and it's another infield hit for Evansville. I don't think Sanchez was pulled off the bag. Well, they're going to give that an error.
Now then, shortstop, number 1, Delvin Ginn.
Now, what's going on here? It says there's a run on the scoreboard for Evansville. That's not right. At the plate now, Delvin's in. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count 1-0. 2-0, Joliet leads at the pitch. Fastball at the top of the zone, called the strike, and the count is 1-1. So 2 runners on for Evansville. Sanchez looks to second. A second look, now he comes home. Breaking ball away. Zinn, a .238 hitter in 7 games for the Otters. A scoring chance after falling behind in the first. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut that time from Zinn. But we have not been to this ballpark since opening weekend in 2024, and Evansville dropped 2 out of 3 games, salvaging the series to the Slammers on Mother's Day. Now the pitch, and this is lined back up the middle. Diving attempt by Valdez, can't get there. Rounding third, heading for home, Reyes. Throw to the plate, cut off, and he will score uncontested. Delvin Zinn coming through with an RBI base hit up to third base, Felix, and the lead has been trimmed in half. It's 2-1 Joliet. So they're still gonna say it's an error. I don't know who the error is on. I guess the first baseman Sierra for Felix. So just 2 hits in the inning, but this top of the second continues. Here comes Alex Adams. First pitch in his first professional at-bat, a strike in the count, 0-1. Alex picked up today by the Evansville Otters. Sanchez deals the next pitch home, and Adams, watches a breaking ball away. An NAIA product. Adams actually faced up against Mason White in the NAIA World Series. Next pitch inside. And the count 2-1. Adams went to Missouri Baptist University. Put together some really, really good years. The pitch. And this is lifted in the air towards fairly deep right field, backing up Garbella. He will have room about 10 feet away from the warning track. And he puts down Adams and retires the side. So Evansville gets one back on the RBI single from Delvin Zinn. Will take it to the home half of the second. 2-1, Joliet leads it on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
Really famous world chicken wing.
Rubber is Braden Scott. First pitch on the outside black, and the count is 0-1. Scott, 22 pitches in the first inning, 16 strikes. Now the next offering. And it's a fastball high and in. Count moves to 1-1 now. Well, Joliet able to plate 2 runs in that first inning. Here's the pitch. And it's a breaking ball that catches the back door for a called strike. 1-2 now to Garbella. RBI double from Matthew Workington. RBI single from Drew Stengren. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Second strikeout of the game for Scott. He sets down Garbella. And now coming to the plate, the 8-hole hitting Cal Haza. 2-1. Joliet leads it. Evansville was able to answer with 1 run in the second inning. Haza working on a 4-game hit streak, 3 for 13 in the series against Schaumburg. Here comes the first pitch from Scott, and it's sent back over the screen, foul. The count 0-1. I had the great pleasure of seeing Matt Shepardson, the Deputy Commissioner of the Frontier League, and also the Slammers' former manager. The 0-1, breaking ball in for a strike. And this happened maybe a week or 2 ago, but Shepardson was in an accident in a car wreck. Not a good sign. The pitch misses just off the outside corner. 1-2 now to Haza. And he was banged up for a little bit, so good to see him back on his feet. And we wish him the best in all of his health. It was a scary situation. The 1-2 is lifted the opposite way, foul. We'll have another 1-2 count for Haza as that one goes out of play. Haza batting right-handed. Scott back on the rubber, the southpaw into the wind. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts to begin this home half of the second inning. And now it's Braden Duyan coming to the plate. 8 pitches and 2 strikeouts, setting down Garbella and Haza. Lefty on lefty battle, 2 gone, bases empty in the second. 2-1, Joliet leads it. Here comes the first pitch from Scott. Fastball high and the count 1-0. So the first time through the order, Scott has thrown 7 first pitch strikes. A good sign there. Here's the 1-0. And this is lifted into shallow left field. Charging after is White, and he will run it down. The inning is over. So 1-2-3, a good bounce back inning for Scott as he sets the Slammers down in order. We'll take it to the third on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Top of the third inning, and leading it off for the Otters, it will be Giovanni DiGiacomo. Digs in from the left side. First pitch from the right-hander. And Brett Sanchez, a called strike. The count 0-1. Joliet leads Evansville 2-1. Now the next pitch is in there, a strike to DiGiacomo, and it's 0-2. Well, Sanchez, while he works quickly, it works for him. Here comes the 0-2 delivery. Fastball high. And again, he doesn't throw hard, but he just gives no for these Otters hitters. The pitch, and it's sharply hit out towards third. Taken on a bounce. Nova fields cleanly. Throw to first in time. That'll retire DeGiacomo. I feel like one of those,
Next up to that,
what you
number
would call
34, David Mendham.
bidding auctioners. The guys who have to speak extremely fast to make sure they get in everything they want. Listen, I'm not going to do that. We'll just deal with Sanchez working extremely quickly, and if we just talk about the pitches, well, that's all he allows us to do. Now at the plate, David Mendham. First pitch at the knees, and it's 1-0. Missed just a little bit low. Now Sanchez, 48 total pitches. Here's the next pitch. Swing and a miss. He's looked pretty good. And the only run he's surrendered was an unearned run. The pitch. Ground ball hit out towards second. Valdez up with it. Throw to first. 2 down. And that is Sanchez's style. He has gotten a lot of ground balls in the early going, but he likes to work low in the zone. Make sure that the Otters and other opponents don't get the luxury of jacking balls over the fence with leaving balls up in the zone. First pitch to Alec Oland, and this is skied into straightaway left field. Can of corn from MacArthur. Calls for it, makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning. We'll take it to the bottom of the third. It is 2-1 Joliet on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
And it's now time.
Top of the order for Joliet here to begin this bottom of the third inning. And Joliet leads Evansville by a score of 2-1. Braden Scott back on the rubber. And it's a lefty on lefty battle. Scott into the wind. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike to MacArthur. And the count is 0-1. First time through the order. Scott 32 pitches, 23 strikes. Here's the lefty's next deal. And it's a ground ball, sharply hit to short. Zinn up with it, throw to first, a little bit low, but no problem for Mendham. And there's one gone.
Next up to bat.
So that'll bring up Antonio Valdez. He singled and scored his first time at the dish. Valdez 3 for 8 in the last series against Schaumburg. 3 RBIs, couple of runs, a double, a walk. Digs in from the right side. Here's the first pitch from Scott. Breaking ball at the top of the zone, called a strike, and it's 0-1. Scott struck out 11 the last time he was on the rubber. It was against Joliet, the pitch. And it's a fastball. Maybe just a little bit low. Close pitch, but it was ruled the ball, and now it's 1-1 to Valdez. Scott back to it. Here comes the 1-1. And it's lined down the left field line. Fair ball. This hugs inside the chalk, and it's going to roll into the corner. Picked up by White, but cruising into second base, Valdez. He's got his second hit of the game. So a one-out base runner for Joliet. That'll bring up Matthew Workington. That's the second double from this Slammers roster. And the other guy to pick up a two-bagger is the guy coming to the plate. Workington had his 13th double in his first at-bat. Also later came around to score, and he picked up an RBI with that double. Lefty on righty battle. 2-1. Joliet leads Evansville. Scott kicks and deals the first pitch, and it's a breaking ball that misses low. The count is 1-0. Scott, a high strikeout caliber pitcher. And he's one of the best on this club. He's ready. He deals. Fastball misses just off the inside part of the plate. Scott, a 10.0 strikeouts per 9. The only guy better, Casey Delgado, 10.8. And Delgado on the inactive list right now. He comes to the set, glove at the belt. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike now to Workington. Well, this Slammers club, winners in their last 3 out of 4 series. They took 2 out of 3 games from one of the top dogs in the West Division, Schaumburg. Now the 2-1. And it misses downstairs. 3 balls and a strike for Workington. They also took 2 out of 3 games from Evansville and 2 out of 3 games from the Lake Erie Crushers. Scott ready. The pitch. Breaking ball and a beauty. Had Workington way out in front with the swing, and the count is now full. So you think that's some pretty good competition taking down Schaumburg and Lake Erie. Now, they've been finding their stride. No doubt about that. Now the payoff from Scott. Breaking ball lifted back over the screen. Foul. Hey, nice catch by one of the fans in the upper deck. That's not easy to do. And he barehanded it. So we'll have another 3-2 for Workington. Runner on second, 1 gone here in the home half of the third. Now the pitch. And it's shot out towards straightaway center field, but this is right at DiGiacomo as he barely has to move. And he sets down Workington, 2 gone in the inning.
Next up the bat from the Slammers, number 17, Jonathan Sierra.
So that'll bring up Jonathan Sierra now. Evansville 2-1. That ball was hit hard. And Workington got it on the screws, but not able to find any turf out there. Lefty on lefty matchup. Sierra struck out swinging his first time at the dish. Scott a look to second. Now he twirls and deals home. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Well, Scott today, 3 strikeouts already. So keeping pace with that Ks per 9 total. Now comes the 0-1. And it's lined back to the screen. He's got Sierra down in the count, 0-2. Sierra did not see action the last time that these 2 teams met. That was back in Evansville at Bosse Field. And this is actually his first game back since June 22nd. Here's the pitch. And he lifts it the opposite way, foul, and out of play. We'll have another 0-2 count. He has not seen action since Joliet played Florence. But he had a good series against the Yalls, 4 for 8. That also came with 4 RBIs. Scott ready. Here's the 0-2. And it's outside off the glove of the catcher, Felix. Staying on second, Valdez. That kicked all the way to the on-deck circle by the third base dugout of Evansville. But for whatever reason, Valdez didn't want to go. So the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes for Sierra. Scott toes the rubber, Sierra digs in. Scott at the set, glove at the belt. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 4 for Scott today as he strands a runner in scoring position. No damage done for Joliet. They lead Evansville 2-1 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
Today's contestants are Zoe, Urban, and Onyx. On by go of 3, you race around the bases. First person to get the third win. 3, 2, 1, go. And they're off. This is a close one, rounding second base. Boy, it's starting to put some separation there. Looks like we got a clear, decisive winner. Congratulations to our winner. And for the rest, that's how the cookie crumbles.
Middle third of the order due up for Evansville. We're in the top of the 4th inning, and it is 2-1 Joliet. Back on the rubber, Brett Sanchez and the right-hander working at 51 total pitches, 43 strikes. What an extremely efficient pitcher he has been tonight. He's into the wind. First pitch on the way. This one swung on line down the left field line, and backing up MacArthur. He will make the catch and retire Randy Bednar. Bednar was able to put that one to the warning track, but MacArthur on his horse able to get to it quickly. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Now that's a real tough break for a guy that has been struggling at the dish, but now comes to the plate Mason White, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. The right-hander's first pitch, a fastball high, and the count 1-0. White, another guy that has been struggling. The pitch on the inside corner, and it's 1-1. White 1 for his last 18. He goes after the next one, hits this one a ton. High, deep to right field. This one is gone. It just hugged inside that foul pole. And a no-doubt blast for Mason White, his 3rd of the year, RBI number 20, and this game is tied. How about that? Well, that's one way to get yourself out of a slump. And Mason White demolished that baseball. So now coming to the plate, Yomar Reyes. First pitch, tapped at the plate, foul, the count 0-1. So make it a 2-2 game. Well, White was at the plate for a couple of extra moments, waiting to see if that was going to stay fair or foul. And our first base umpire, Justin Pennick, signaled fair. How about that? Reyes, 1 for 1, a single and a run scored. The pitch, just off the inside corner, and the count is 1-1. Reyes batting .230 on the season. Here comes the next pitch from Sanchez. On the outside corner, taken for a strike, 1-2. Base is empty, 1 gone in the 4th. Reyes calls time, adjusts the batting gloves. Reyes in need of that single which he earned in the 2nd. He's another guy that's been struggling. A pitch, swing and a tap into the glove of Stengren. He holds on, and there's 2 gone on the strikeout.
For all your plumbing repair, installation, and maintenance services.
3rd strikeout of the game for Sanchez. Now he will face Justin Felix. Reyes, 5 for 36 in his last 10 games. The pitch to Felix at the knees, a called strike, and it's 0-1. Felix reached on an error his last time at the dish. The next pitch misses the zone, 1-1. Sanchez back to it. He's into the line. Here comes the 1-1. And it's lifted over the screen, foul, back behind the plate, 1-2 to Felix. But that extended that 2nd inning, which allowed Delvin Zinn to pick up an RBI base hit. So one of the 2 runs that Sanchez has given up unearned. Felix calling time, digs back in. That's why there was such a long pause in between pitches. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss. And it's 2 strikeouts in the inning. However, Mason White picks up his 3rd bomb of the year, and he ties this game at 2. We'll take it to the home half of the 4th on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
And get ready, it's time for Name That Tune, presented by Tone Bar Games in Single, Chicago. It's Bingo with a Beat. Today's contestant is Rain. Are you ready? One more time. Leading off the bottom of the 4th for the Flammers, number 38, Drew Stengren.
Bottom of the 4th inning, it is Drew Stengren coming to the plate. 2-2 the score between Evansville and Joliet back on the rubber. Braden Scott, the left-hander, gets the sign. He is into the motion, and his first pitch home to Stengren. It's a fastball, high chopper out towards the first baseman, Mendham. He will field it cleanly, runs to the bag, steps on it unassisted. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here to begin this home half of the 4th. 50 total pitches, 36 strikes for Scott. Had a rocky first inning, but he's looked good the last 2 innings. And now he will face Victor Nova. Nova 0 for 1, flew out to the 3rd baseman Reyes to end that first frame. 2 runs coming in to score for Joliet in the 1st inning. Lefty on lefty battle. The pitch. Breaking ball in for a strike, 0-1. And Evansville able to get 1 run in the 2nd, 1 run in the 4th. Scott winds, now he fires. Breaking ball, tried him with the front door, couldn't connect, just a smidge off the corner. And the count 1-1 to Nova. Nova batting .232 on the year. Scott ready. Here comes the 1-1. Fastball high. Now, Nova started this year exceptionally hot in the first few series at the plate. Now the pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. 3 balls and a strike to the left-handed hitting third baseman. For whatever reason, he has really slowed down at the plate, but he's working on a 3-game hit streak, the next offering. And oh boy, doesn't miss by much. Maybe a little bit low. And it's a walk to Nova. So that'll give Joliet a 1-out base runner. Now coming to the plate, Giovanni Garbella.
Giovanni Garbella.
2-2 the score between Evansville and Joliet. Scott from the stretch deals. And Garbella lines it back to the screen, the count 0-1. Garbella 2 for 10 in the series against Schaumburg, had an RBI, couple of walks, couple of Ks. He's got 1 strikeout tonight. And Scott with 4 strikeouts in the game. He comes to the set, glove at the belt. The step and the pitch. Runner goes, breaking ball in for a strike, throw to second on a bounce. They got him! Nova out on the caught stealing. And now it's 2 down in the inning. Garbella working with the bases empty. And he's down in the count 0-2. 2-2 between Joliet and Evansville. Nice throw from Felix. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball grounded to the left side of the infield. Diving stop, and Reyes tries to throw while tumbling towards second. And he lost his footing while fielding the ground ball. Well, that'll get a laugh from everybody. That is classic Yomar. Maybe not so much from Andy McCauley, because that should have ended the inning. Instead, it'll go down as an infield single. And that'll bring up Cal Haza to the plate. You gotta laugh at that. Come on, Andy. I don't know if he's not laughing. First pitch, a breaking ball in for a strike to Haza, 0-1. That's classic Yomar for you. He likes to have fun. Now the pitch from Scott. And this is grounded again to Yomar. A chance for redemption. He'll go the easy route to second. And Adams there to receive the baseball for the force. That'll do it here in the 4th inning. 2-2 the score between Evansville and Joliet. We're heading to inning number 5 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Top of the fifth inning, it is 2-2 between Evansville and Joliet. Coming to the plate for the Otters, Delvin Sin, 1-for-1 with an RBI single. Back on the rubber, Brett Sanchez, the right-hander, into the wind. He kicks and deals the first pitch. It's in there for a strike, and the count 0-1. Sanchez, 64 pitches, 53 strikes, the pitch. And it misses inside. The count 1-1 to Zinn. Zinn has played in now 8 games with Evansville. Here comes the 1-1. And he lines this one into left field, sinking quickly in a base hit for Zinn. Takes a bounce, finds the glove of MacArthur, a leadoff base runner for Evansville here in the 5th inning. That'll bring up Alex Adams.
Next up to bat, number 26.
So a good start. Here in the 5th, we'll see what Evansville can do about it. Adams finished his final year of collegiate play with Missouri Baptist University this spring. 2-2 the score between Evansville and Joliet. The pitch misses downstairs, the count 1-0. And Adams' first professional at-bat flew out to right field. Now in pro at-bat number 2. Here's the pitch. And Adams, well, Sanchez is just staying there. Now he deals. Adams bunts down the third baseline. And it is foul, so the count 0-2. Well, they called that first pitch a strike, I guess. Looked way low, but what do you know? Adams down in the count. Adams had an extremely good season, batting .375, almost a 1,300 OPS this last spring. Now the 0-2 delivery. No, we'll have a throw to first. I'll tell you what, for how fast Sanchez works when there's no runners on, he sure takes his grandiose time with runners on base. So I'm going to stop trying to predict when he comes home. A look to second, all eyes on Sanchez. Now he deals. And it's called strike 3. Well, Adams was squaring to bunt again, and he couldn't get it down. Well, that was so bizarre. Why in the world would he square to bunt? Did he not know the count? Well, that's a strange out number 1 here in the 5th inning, and now it'll be Giovanni DiGiacomo coming to the plate. Just goes down as a regular old strikeout. Now the pitch to Giovanni. Misses outside, the count 1-0. Well, if you're Sanchez, you're saying, yeah, I'll take that. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Yeah, that was super bizarre. Here's the 1-0 to DiGiacomo. Runner goes. This ball's lined hard but foul. And that had home run distance, but it is past the right field pole. Well, that could have been DiGiacomo's first home run of the year. Instead, it's strike 1. We're in the series opener between these two clubs. 4th of July series, the pitch. And it misses inside, the count 2-1. We will have games all at 6:35, of course, this one tonight, tomorrow as well, and on Thursday. Sanchez deals. On the outside corner, misses the zone, 3-1. Well, some activity going on in that Joliet bullpen. No throwing, but some arm movements from the pitchers down there. Here comes the 3-1. Inside, ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk to DiGiacomo. That'll send Zinn up to second base, and it's first and second for the Otters. Here comes David Mendham.
Now batting number 34, David Mendham.
74 total pitches for Sanchez. And he's thrown 58 strikes, so still having a good strike-to-ball ratio, but he's in a little bit of trouble. 2-2 between Evansville and Joliet. The pitch to Mendham is fouled away the opposite way, and the count 0-1. Mendham bats left-handed, and the first baseman 0 for 2 here in this game. The The sidewinder comes to the set. The kick and the pitch. Breaking ball and a really slow one. And it missed the zone. The count 1-1. Well, these are some close pitches that Sanchez is throwing. But home plate umpire Alex Lowry not giving it to him. Now the 1-1. And Mendham lines this one back up the middle base hit. Rounding third, heading for home's in. Throw goes to third base, cut off by Hayes, the shortstop. Zinn scores uncontested. RBI single for Mendham. Otters take a 3-2 lead. How about that? Mendham with RBI 24 of the season, and he extends his hit streak to 11 games up to second base to Giacomo, and it's the third base runner of the inning. Here in this fifth frame, that'll bring up Alec Oland. Mendham got a 1-1 pitch that he liked, didn't try to do too much with it, instead just took it right back up the chute. And the Otters have something brewing here in this fifth inning. Righty on righty battle. Here comes the first pitch to Oland. Breaking ball misses outside and the count 1-0. Sanchez a look to second. Now he comes home again. And it misses high and away. A fastball to Oland. The count 2-0. Oland 0 for 2. Couple of flyouts today. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Well, Sanchez saw time last summer with the Green Bay Rockers. That's in the Northwoods League, a collegiate wood-bat summer league. Had some really good numbers with the Rockers. 61 1/3 innings, 3.23 ERA. Now the pitch. And Oland hits this one high. Hits it deep toward left field. MacArthur backing up. He has room out there. He will put it away, and there's two gone. Both runners stay put. And the F7 will bring up Randy Bednar to the dish. That's not an easy league to pitch in. Certainly nothing to scoff at, putting up numbers like that. And so many former big league players to come through that league. Chris Sale, I believe, was a part of the Northwoods League, and plenty of D1 kids that go to that league every year. Now at the plate, Randy Bednar, swing and a miss on the first pitch. It's 0-1. Runners on first and second, two gone here in the fifth inning, and it is 3-2 Evansville. Sanchez leans in. Still leaning in. Gets the sign. Looks to second twice, now comes home, and it misses inside to Bednar. The one thing that you can say about Sanchez today, boy, it just seems like his tempo is all over the place. He's ready with the 1-1, and Bednar hits this one a ton. High, deep to left center field. It is gone. 3-run blast, and Randy Bednar makes it a 4-run Otters lead. Home run number 10 of the year. RBIs 22, 3 and 4. And just like that, the Otters have snapped the game open as, again, they take a 4-run lead. It's 6-2.
Now batting number 2.
Second home run in the last 2 innings. Mason White had one in the fourth. First pitch to Mason White at the plate now, a strike 0-1. Next pitch swung on, lined into the gap toward right center. This is going to get down and roll for a while, all the way to the wall. White on his horse. He's rounding second. He will drop the anchor there. Back-to-back base hits with 2 outs. And this fifth inning will continue. This crowd is silent now. And coming to the plate, Yomar Reyes. Sanchez had a terrific start to this game. But now, we'll have time called with Tyler Martin, the pitching coach, coming out to have a word. Well, that bullpen certainly hot now. And it is 6-2 Evansville. Well, just a long meeting out there. And for the meantime, Sanchez will stay in the game, but out of his 6 runs that he's given up, 5 have been earned today. And they probably just want to give some time to the reliever to get more loose. Reyes, 1 for 2, a single and a run scored. He digs in from the right side. Sanchez kicks and deals, and it's in there for a strike, 0-1. Reyes had a tough series against Windy City, 0 for 8 with a run and 2 strikeouts. Trying to get back on track. He goes after the next pitch, skies it down the right field line, foul territory near the bullpen, ranging over Sierra, and he will make the catch. Also in the vicinity, Valdez, and he fell to the net. Will do it here in the 5th. Evansville gets 4, highlighted by a 3-run shot from Randy Bednar, and they take a 6-2 lead. We'll head to the home half of the inning on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
And now we'd like to recognize our birthdays in attendance. Happy 4th birthday, Kinley. Happy 14th birthday, Ryan. Happy 16th birthday, Jackson. Happy 10th birthday, Noah. And now we'd like to recognize our suites in attendance. Pursuit Well Crew. Eco Lab. City of Joliet. To learn more about scheduling a group outing in the suite, call the Slammer's office at 815-722-2287.
Braden Duyon leading it off here in the home half of the 5th inning, and Evansville pleading 4 runs. In the top half of the 5th, they lead it 6-2 over Joliet. Braden Scott winds, he fires. Duyon with a bunt attempt down the third baseline, foul, and the count is 0-1. Well, that's the Evansville Otters that we have been searching for. Their offense, well, it has been tough, really tough the last couple of series. But maybe this is the start of a resurrection. Here's the 0-1. And it misses high. So the count now 1-1 to Duyon. Well, we all need a resurrection at one point in our lives. And Evansville maybe will have one today. Swing and a miss on the next pitch. And the count is 1-2. Duyon 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up, batting left-handed. Here's the pitch from Scott. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball by him, and Duyan stood no chance with the heater. Now, he has some words for our home plate umpire, Alex Lowry. Not exactly sure what he could be discussing, though. Even if he tipped it.
Next up the bat for the Slammers.
Felix still held on. Maybe it was something to do with having his hand up for time. Well, now Mike Pinto shouting some stuff from the Joliet dugout. That got the attention of Lowry. And now at the plate, Liam MacArthur, the leadoff hitter. Lefty on lefty battle. Here's the pitch from Scott. And it misses a little. No, it's at the knees. A strike, 0-1. 65 pitches for Scott. He winds, he fires. Side black, strike 2 to MacArthur. MacArthur 0 for 2, a fly out and a ground out. He's been one of the hottest hitters in the Frontier League the last couple of weeks. Next pitch, lifted in the air. Shallow left field, backing up Zinn, but charging in is White. He will call off the shortstop, and the left fielder puts down MacArthur. 2 quick outs here in the home 5th.
Next up the bat for Joliet.
So now coming to the plate, Antonio Valdez. Just 7 pitches thrown here in this inning. Scott has 2 quick outs. 6-2, Evansville lead 2. A single and a run scored in the first, a double his last time up in the third. Scott into the wind. The pitch home is a nice breaking ball in for a strike, and the count 0-1. Scott working quickly, already back on the rubber. Similar to Sanchez, the Joliet starter. Now the pitch, and it's a fastball that misses high and outside. Certainly something to be said for when you get into a groove as a pitcher. Scott winds and fires. 1-1, just off the inside corner. 2-1 now to the right-handed hitting Valdez. But Scott, after that first inning, has certainly gotten into a groove. He's ready with the 2-1. The wind and the pitch. And it's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes now for Valdez. Bases empty. 2 gone. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Scott. Another 1-2-3 inning as he sets the Slammers down in order. We'll take it to the 6th with Evansville leading 6-2 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Justin Felix digging in from the right side, takes a first pitch strike. Brett Sanchez back on the rubber, the right-hander into the motion, the kick and the pitch, and this is lifted foul and out of play. So the count now 0-2 to Felix. 6-2, Evansville leading Joliet, a 4-run 5th. Propelled the Otters ahead of the Slammers, and boy, that was a feel-good inning for Evansville. Sanchez, 88 total pitches in the first 5 innings of work. Here comes pitch 91, and it misses outside. So we'll try now at 1 and 2 for Felix, the catcher. 0 for 2, reached on an error his first time up. Next pitch to him misses high, and the count 2 and 2. Nobody warming up in that Joliet bullpen anymore. There was in the 5th. The pitch, swing and a miss. Felix down on strikes.
That strikeout brought to you by
71 strikes out of the 93 total pitches from Sanchez. So he has filled up the zone, but Evansville
Now batting number 1, Sheldon.
capitalizing on a walk in the last inning. They also garnered 4 hits. And they figured something out against him. Now at the plate, Delvin Zinn. First pitch, a breaking ball that missed 1-0. Zinn 2 for 2, 1 RBI, couple of base hits. Next pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Sanchez back on the rubber, the wind and the pitch. And it's a fastball high and away, 3-0. While Sanchez struggling to throw strikes to the first 2 batters. The pitch. And there's a get me over strike compared to at least what we have been seeing throughout this start. Here's the next offering. Fastball high, ball 4. So that'll send Zinn down to first base. He's reached all 3 times today. Now coming to the plate, Alex Adams. Still in search of his... Oh no, that was called a strike. I beg your pardon. Well, Zinn was ready to head down to first, but instead it's a 2-2 count now. It's 3-2 actually. Now I'm all out of sorts. Thought that was a walk. Sanchez ready. 3 seconds on the pitch clock. He gets it off, and it's a fastball outside, so it took 1 extra pitch. And that brings the total to 99 for Sanchez. So Zinn still heading down to first base. 1 pitch later. Now Alex Adams will come up, and he's in search of his first professional base hit. Good chance to do it here. Evansville leads Joliet 6-2 in the 6th. The pitch, runner goes. It's in there for a strike. Double clutch from the catcher Stengren. Throw to the bag, not in time because of it. And it's a stolen bag for Zinn, his 4th of the year and as many tries. Adams 0 for 2, a fly out and a strikeout. We detailed Adams's NAIA tenure with Missouri Baptist University. He goes after the next one, lifts it in the air towards straightaway right field. This is right at Garbella, puts it away, and there's 2 down, no tag from Zinn. So the lineup will turn over now, and it's Giovanni DiGiacomo, so Adams will have to wait at least 1 more at-bat to get that first pro hit. DiGiacomo, another guy that Evansville has signed recently. Into his 11th game with Evansville, and here comes Mike Pinto. He's going to pull Sanchez out of the game. So we'll have a reliever to come when we come back on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. We're in the 6th, and it is Evansville 6, Joliet 2. Zach Grace on the rubber for Joliet, and we're in the top of the 6th inning. The situation he inherits, runner on second base, 2 gone, and now it's Giovanni DiGiacomo, lefty on lefty battle, and DiGiacomo will watch the first pitch on the outside corner, misses the zone, and the count is 1-0. So the day over for Brett Sanchez, the starter. Here comes the next pitch. And runner goes to third. Fastball low and away. Throw to the bag, and it is not in time. Zinn's second stolen base this inning, as he goes from first to third after walking with 1 down. And the count now 2 balls and no strikes for DiGiacomo. 5 2/3 innings for Sanchez. He's given up 6 runs so far. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. And 5 of those runs earned, 7 hits allowed, 2 walks, 6 Ks. He is responsible for Zinn on third. Grace gets the sign, comes to the set. Now the kick and the pitch. And DiGiacomo lines it back to the screen. The count even now at 2-2. Evansville has already gone through the order 3 full times. DiGiacomo 0 for 2, walked and scored in the 5th inning. Series opener between these 2 clubs. Now the next offering. Fastball misses outside, and the count now full. Well, Stengren wanted it, but didn't get it, just off the outside black. So we'll have a 3-2 pitch. And here it is. DiGiacomo stays alive, fouling it back over the screen. Another 3-2 pitch coming. Evansville trying to snap a 3-game losing streak. And Joliet trying to get back in the win column after taking 2 out of 3 games, but dropping the series finale to Schaumburg. Now the payoff. And it misses downstairs, ball 4. So a nice 7-pitch affair won by DiGiacomo, and he will extend this away 6th. Coming to the plate, David Mendham. Mendham 1 for 3. A single then scored his first time up. One RBI today. Here comes the pitch from Grace. Fastball at the top of the zone, called a strike, 0-1. 6-2, Evansville leading Joliet. The Otters 6 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Joliet 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Grace steps and delivers the 0-1 pitch. And Mendham will watch a fastball high, the count 1-1. Grace was in Collegiate Summer League last year with Bourne. That's in the Cape Cod League. First year of professional baseball for him. Throw to first. Back in safely DiGiacomo. This year, a .563 ERA, 24 innings of work. 17th appearance here tonight. 1 game started in 2024. 27 Ks and 10 walks. The pitch, and it is lifted the opposite way. Foul off the bat of Mendham. 1-2 now to the left-handed hitting first baseman. Lefty on lefty battle. Grace gets the sign. Here comes the 1-2. Breaking ball rolled out towards second base. Valdez up with it. Throw to first, and they're able to retire Mendham and the side. So Evansville strands a couple on the bases. They lead Joliet 6-2. We're heading to the home half of the inning on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network.
Today's contestant
the 6th inning, and it is 6-2 with Evansville leading Joliet. Welcome back to Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Kyle Chandler joining you. So happy you could be with us for this Tuesday night contest. 79 degrees here at the ballpark. And leading it off for Joliet, Matthew Workington. Braden Scott into the motion, and his first pitch home misses outside, the count 1-0. Well, Scott, after that first inning, is really settled down out there. He winds and fires to Workington. This ball swung on and crushed high and deep to left. Forget it. This one way out of here. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. I'm just kidding. I don't believe in the broadcaster's jinx. But it's a home run for Workington, his 11th of the year, RBI 41. And the lead for Evansville trimmed down to 3. It's now 6-3. Well, if you're going to give up home runs, do it with nobody on. But Scott has allowed now 8 home runs on the year. Now coming to the plate, Jonathan Sierra. Lefty on lefty battle. First pitch misses just off the outside black, and the count is 1-0. That's the first blemish that we've seen from Scott since that first inning. He's ready. The kick and the pitch. Fastball misses high and in near the armpits of Sierra, and he gets out of the way. Sierra 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts today. Scott deals home. Fastball on the outside corner, called the strike. Sierra batting .260 on the year, no homers, 16 RBIs. Base is empty, nobody out in the 6th. Here's the pitch. And it's lifted the opposite way, foul. 2-2 now to Sierra. Scott went 7 innings the last time he saw Joliet. He's ready. He deals. Called! Strike 3. Fastball on the outside corner, and Sierra down looking. He's out number 1. A good bounce back at bat for Scott. Now he will face Drew Stengren. 79 pitches, 55 strikes for Scott. And he has a chance to go deep into this ball game if he can work quickly in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch to Stengren. Fastball misses a little bit in, and the count 1-0. Stengren 1 for 2. He singled his first time at the dish, came with an RBI. Grounded out his last time up. Lefty on righty battle. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses away. Scott has gone 7 innings or more in 3 appearances this year. He winds and fires, and the 2-0 is a breaking ball. Wow. Where did that one miss? Well, must have missed somewhere. And the count now 3-0. Now the pitch. Get me over strike. Scott back to it. Now the pitch home. And here's a weak ground ball hit towards first. Bendham fields it cleanly. Steps on the bag. 2 down. So that'll bring up Victor Nova now. How about that? Fell behind 3-0. Still able to retire Stengren. And there's 2 down now in the inning. And Nova 0 for 1, a walk and a flyout. 6-3. Otters lead the Slammers. Now the pitch. Scott throws a fastball high. And the count 1-0. Scott a 4-seam fastball, sweeping curve, cutter change. 4 pitches in that deadly arsenal. The 1-0 delivery. And it's slapped the opposite way, foul. 1-1 to the left-handed hitting third baseman. Scott went to only Central College in Illinois, set the the Blue Knights single season strikeout record, and 1 year then transferred. Here's the ball lifted in the air, and it is medium deep center field. DeGiacomo camping under it, makes the grab. And that will do it. So Scott gives up the solo homer but limits the damage. And Evansville will head to the 7th with a 6-3 lead over Joliet.
These dogs jump removal and hauling. Today's contestant.
Alec Olin leading it off here in the top of the 7th inning. And back on the rubber, Zach Grace first pitch. And the southpaw tosses in a strike, working from the stretch. 0-1 now. Evansville leads it 6-3. Grace kicks and deals. And this one is a little bit outside. The count even now to Olin. 1 ball and 1 strike. Evansville getting their first run in the 2nd. They added 1 in the 4th, 4 in the 5th. Next pitch swung on, grounded hard to 2nd, fielded cleanly by Valdez. He will step and throw to 1st, 1 down. 14 pitches so far out of the bullpen for Grace, 8 strikes. Back-to-back outs to the second baseman dating back to the 6th inning. Now it'll be Randy Bednar coming to the dish. Bednar with a 3-run homer his last time up. 1 for 3, and boy, did he need something like that. Well, let's see what he's got in the tank here for at-bat number 4. Lefty on righty battle, and the pitch. Breaking ball, misses a little bit low. Joliet plating 2 runs in the 1st inning, 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Here comes Grace's next delivery, and Bednar sends it back over the screen foul. The count now 1-1. Bednar was picked up early in the season, but he was not a part of the opening day roster for Evansville. Came on during the Otters' first homestand. Lifts the next one back over the screen, and it's now 1-2. Bednar packs a punch with that short swing that he has, but it's so effective. He's got such tremendous bat speed, and that barrel comes through the zone so quickly. Was with the Seattle Mariners High A club Everett last year. Lines the next pitch back, and we'll have another 1-2 pitch. Resides in Yonkers, New York. Grace ready. Comes to the set from the stretch, the kick and the pitch. Breaking ball misses in, 2-2. Well, Bednar was talking with the team chaplain before a game in the last Otters homestand. Now the 2-2, and he lines it back. We'll have another 2-2 pitch. Tell you what, whether you are religious or not, there's something to be said for that, because that can really, really help out your mental game. Now the 2-2 delivery. And Bednar checks his swing. Did not go around, says first base umpire Justin Penix. And the count is now 3-2. 6-3, Otters lead it. Grace ready at the belt. The kick and the pitch. And it's swung on, shot out toward the right center gap. Long run from MacArthur. He's running after it. Can't get there. This is off the wall. And Bednar will cruise into second. He's got extra bases. His 8th double of the year. And Bednar, a one-out base runner for Evansville here in the 7th. Now coming to the plate, Mason White. White 2 for 3, also with a home run and a double. Otters lead at 6-3. Lefty on lefty battle. White, a .318 hitter on the year coming into the game. Here's the pitch. And he sends it foul the opposite way, 0-1. How about that from Bednar? Fell behind 1-2. And he ended up seeing 8 pitches. Grace looks to second, now comes home. This ball swung on, roped out towards second base, but fielding it cleanly, Valdez. Runner advances to third, White out number 2. So now coming to the plate, Yomar Reyes. Well, Grace has had to labor a little bit here in this inning. And we'll see what he can do here with a runner on third. The pitch, and Reyes pops it up, and this is toward the Joliet first base dugout, ranging over Stengren. The catcher will make the catch in foul territory. That'll do it here in the 7th. So it's stretch time here at Slammer Stadium. Evansville leads it 6-3 over Joliet. We'll be back on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. Braden Scott back on the rubber, and we're in the home half of the 7th inning. Evansville 6, Joliet 3 on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. A beautiful night here at the ballpark, 79 degrees. And Mr. Sun starting to set, and that night sky starting to roll in. But boy, oh boy, what a great night it has been. And Evansville with a 3-run advantage. Braden Scott back on the rubber. He will face the bottom third of this Joliet lineup. Giovanni Garbella digs in, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. The left-hander winds and fires, and Scott's first breaking ball misses inside. The count is 1-0. Scott, 88 total pitches, 58 strikes. Now the next offering, swing and a miss. And excuse me, swing that time from Garbella. Now, Giovanni has struggled this year. Came over from the New York Boulders last year, and he's only hitting 159 for the Slammers. The next pitch he sees misses low. 2 balls and a strike. But he is starting to hit a little bit better, I guess. Next pitch, a fastball high, 3-1. He was 2 for 10, which is a 200 average. I guess that's better than 159. Now comes the 3-1 from Scott. And Garbella fouls it away to the right side, out of play. 3-2. Well, it's strange because Garbella was a key piece of the Boulders offense last year. Scott into the wind. Here's the payoff. Called! Strike 3! Garbella knew it. 1 gone here in the 7th inning. That'll bring up Cal Haza.
Next up for the Slammers,
A 6-pitch strikeout.
Cal Haza.
And Scott continuing to do his thing. Otters lead it 6-3. Lefty on righty battle. The southpaw motions home. And Haza squares the bunt. It's a good one down the third baseline. Charging is Reyes. He will try to barehand the baseball. Just no chance. Oh, you couldn't have rolled a better bunt down the third baseline if you're Haza. And he's got an infield single. Beautiful execution that time. So now coming to the plate, Braden Duyon. 1 gone here in the 7th inning.
Now batting number 9, Braden Duyon.
Duyon batting left-handed. Scott with 8 strikeouts tonight. And the lefty will throw to first. Back in safely is Haza. Well, it doesn't matter how quick you are. You lay a bunt down like that, anybody's going to beat it out. And Haza, only with 1 stolen base this year, but he got a good jump out of the box, a great bunt. That'll do it. And Duyon squares the bunt as well, pulls it back on one that missed low. So they count 1-0. Well, should Scott get through this inning, it'll be the 4th time this year he gets through 7 full innings. Reyes playing in, expecting bunt. The pitch. Duyon squares again, pulls back. It's a strike, 0-1. Rather, 1-1, beg your pardon. Well, Duyon came to this club not too long ago, into his 10th game now, batting .273. Had a really, really nice series against Schaumburg to spike that average back up to respectable numbers. The pitch, and Duyon is behind on a fastball, 1-2. 7 for 12 at the dish against the Boomers. Had an RBI, a run, 2 stolen bases. He calls time, wants to think things over. Evansville leads it 6-3 over Joliet. Scott comes to the set. Looks to first. Now the kick and the pitch. It's lined opposite way, out of play. 1-2 again. Hey, don't forget, we'll bring you coverage on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network tomorrow, 6:35. First pitch for the middle game of this 3-game series. Then we will have the 4th of July game on Thursday. The pitch, breaking ball, and a good pitch that time from Scott. Better take from Duyon. Just off the outside corner, and it's now 2-2. Evansville will head home after concluding their 6-game road series. Now the pitch, and it's lined foul again and out of play. Of another 2-2. The Otters will take on the New England Knockouts, seeing one of their 2 opponents at home from the East Division. The pitch, and a good battle brewing here between Duyon and Scott as Duyon lines another one away. Pitch number 8 coming up, and we'll have another 2-2. Then after that, Evansville will go to Washington and then Lake Erie for another 6-game road series. Here's the 2-2. And it's laid off by Duyon, misses downstairs and away, blocked by Felix. Then it's the All-Star break. Boy, isn't that hard to believe? Where did the time go? And let me tell you, the back half of July and August will go by even faster. Here comes the payoff. Runner goes, and here's a soft line drive out towards left field, but this is right at White as he's able to make the catch and retire Duyon.
Next up for the Slammers, number 28, Liam MacArthur.
So that'll turn the order over. The leadoff hitter in Liam MacArthur coming to the plate. Runner on first, 2 gone in the inning. 6-3 with Evansville leading Joliet. Here's the pitch to MacArthur, and he takes on the inside corner, 1-0. Scott well above 100 pitches now. Here's the next delivery, and it's a line drive sent out towards center field. This will get through for a base hit.
That single by Liam MacArthur is brought to you by Grand
So first and second now with Hayes advancing up into scoring position. 6-3, Otters lead it, and it's Antonio Valdez coming to the plate. Boy, it says 79 degrees on our thermostat, but I'll tell you what, it doesn't feel like that. Feels more like 65. Well, here comes Max Peterson. Will we have a pitching change?
And I am a motivational speaker. I said to him,
He's at 105 pitches.
I said to the guy,
And it doesn't look like it. He's going to stay in the game. Well, Scott has turned this into a really good day. Allowed 2 runs in the first inning. Scoreless in innings 2 through 5. Gave up a solo homer in the last frame. Now trying to work a scoreless 7th. 2 on, 2 gone. And Valdez digs in from the right side. Scott comes to the set, working from the stretch. The southpaw kicks and deals. Breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. Evansville trying to snap their 3-game slide. Scott ready, the pitch. Inside, watch out, it hit him. Well, that'll load him up. And now, how do you approach this situation facing a dangerous Matthew Workington? Well, Max Peterson's going to waste no time coming back out of the bullpen. Scott not happy, but he will exit the game with the bases loaded. Want more information on the reliever to come when we come back. It is 6-3 Evansville here in the 7th. Griff Hughes on the rubber here for Evansville in the 7th. Bases loaded for Joliet, and Evansville with a 6-3 lead. First pitch misses outside to Matthew Workington, and the count is 1-0. Now, who else would you want in a situation like this? Hughes has been by far the best reliever for Evansville as of late. Lefty on righty battle. The pitch. Maybe a little bit low in the count, 2-0. Oh, he's facing a dangerous Workington tonight, 2 for 3. A double, a home run, 2 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Hughes working in the windup. Into the motion, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut there that time from Workington. Hughes, 4-seam fastball, slider, changeup, splitter. Scott responsible for all 3 runners on base. Hayes on third, MacArthur on second, Valdez on first. Here's the wind and the pitch. Good breaking ball, able to sneak it by Workington, and the count now 2-2. This is the biggest moment of the game. Drama here at Slammer Stadium. Hughes into the motion, the 2-2. Ground ball hit out towards third, back behind the bag. Reyes trying to get to third, and he will not get there in time. MacArthur able to beat him out. And it's a fielder's choice, RBI for Workington. And Reyes just didn't have the speed. There goes the quality start for Scott. And you can't ask for a better result there on a weak ground ball. You gotta wonder why Reyes didn't throw to first. Well, bases reloaded. Haza comes in to score, 6-4 game. And now it's Jonathan Sierra, lefty on lefty battle. First pitch misses outside. That's a really tough beat for Scott because that should have ended the inning. Now the pitch, swing and a miss. Boy, Workington is one of the bigger guys on this Joliet roster. You figure he's going to be one of the slower runners down the line. And granted, it was a long throw for Reyes, but man, I just feel like you probably should have went to first there. The 1-1. Lifted in the air, opposite way. Out of play, and it's 1-2. So the tying run on second base. The go-ahead run on first. Sierra with 16 RBIs on the year. He's 0 for 3 tonight with 3 Ks. Here's the pitch. And here's a soft line drive into right center. This is going to tie the game, bare minimum. Cut off in the gap by Oland, and Workington rounding third. He's being waved around home. Throw to the plate high. Felix gets it, and he's able to tag Workington to end the inning. What in the world was Workington doing trying for home? He was dead to rights by about 15 feet. So the game is tied as Sierra is able to knock a 2 RBI single into right center field, but the Otters are able to hold the game at 6-all, and we'll head to the 8th inning.
Creek Winery is a proud sponsor of the Joliet Slammers. Invite you to visit their tasting room for a glass of wine, a wine slushie, or come in to enjoy one of the many events. Enjoy a wine pouch at the game today, and bring your ticket stub in from today's game and receive a discounted tasting with the purchase of one at Sable Creek Winery. Now pitching for the Slammers, number 25, Cameron Smith.
Right-hander Cameron Smith. Right-hander Cameron Smith taking over for Zach Grace, and his first pitch misses the zone to Justin Felix. 6-6 between Evansville and Joliet in the 8th. Next pitch to Felix misses a little bit low, and the count 2-0. Joliet able to put up a 3 spot in the bottom of the 7th inning. What a tough end of the day for Braden Scott. Now the pitch. Ground ball hit to third. Foul. 2-1. Smith ended up giving up all 6 runs. But, boy, he pitched way better than that, let me tell you. And he is probably not happy after being taken out 6 2/3 innings of work today. Here's a fly ball right back over the plate, and this will sneak over the screen. So the count now 2-2 to Felix. So Evansville has some work to do, and the last time they scored was back in the 5th inning. They plated 4 runs. Three inherited base runners from Scott came in to score. The pitch from Smith. Ground ball hit out towards short. Hayes up with it, throw to first, and they're able to beat Felix by a half a step. One gone in the 8th. Delvin Zinn coming to the plate.
Number 1, Delvin Zinn.
Zinn 2 for 2, an RBI, a run scored, a couple of singles, and a walk. Also with 2 stolen bases. 6-6 between Evansville and Joliet. Righty on righty matchup, and the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner called a strike, and it's 0-1. Now the next offering, swing and a miss. 0-2 now to Zinn. Now Zinn struggled with the bat in his first couple of games with Evansville, but he's been turning it on recently. Smith from the set, kicks and deals. Breaking ball misses outside. Smith finished his collegiate tenure at Florida State this spring. Now the pitch misses downstairs, and it's now 2-2. Now, you know what? Check that. I think I got the wrong Smith. I apologize. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit out towards second base. Charging Valdez. He will throw to first. 2 down. This Cameron Smith went to Lewis Clark State College, all the way out in Idaho. He's into his first season as a professional. Finished collegiate ball last year. 3.52 ERA, 30 2/3 innings. Now at the plate, Alex Adams. First pitch, a strike, 0-1. Adams in search of his first professional base hit. Good time to do it here. The pitch, swing and a miss, was behind on a fastball. 6-6 your score between Evansville and Joliet. The Otters giving up the lead in the bottom of the 7th inning. And the Slammers fighting back. 0-2 the count to Adams. The pitch, Fastball high and outside. Well, and the thing is, Joliet has all the momentum right now. So Evansville has to cook up something. Here's the pitch. Fastball high, 2-2 now to Adams. Adams 0 for 3. Couple of flyouts to right field and a strikeout. In protect mode now, the deuces are wild. Here it comes. Misses downstairs, good take. And it's ball 3. Giovanni DiGiacomo on deck, David Mendham in the chute. In the hole. Here's the payoff pitch. And this one swung on, lifted high and deep towards center field. MacArthur on his horse, Duyon on his horse. He will track it down, and that'll do it here in the top of the 8th. So, a 1-2-3 inning for Smith out of the bullpen, and it is 6-6 between Evansville and Joliet after 7.5.
He completed a 4-year paid apprenticeship as no student.
Bottom of the 8th inning, 6-6 between Evansville and Joliet. Back on the rubber, Griff Hughes. Well, Braden Scott's day over, 6 2/3, 6 runs, and 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, 8 hits. Really tough end of the day. First pitch in a strike to Drew Stengren, and the count 0-1. Hughes back on the rubber, and he winds and fires. Swung on, grounded to the left side of the infield, deep in the hole, backhanded by Zinn. Throw across the chest, not in time. That would have been a ridiculous play. And the go-ahead run stands on first. Nobody out in the 8th. Victor Nova coming up. Well, while Hughes did not give up any runs of his own, he did give up 3 inherited base runners in that 7th inning, and he gave up the lead. Nova, 0 for 2 today. He walked in the 4th inning. Lefty on lefty battle, the pitch. And Nova squares the bunt, gets it down. It's a good one down the third base line. Reyes picks it up, throws to first. Sack bunt, successful. Stengren up to second base. And that's doing your job there. Runner in scoring position. 1 gone, and it's Giovanni Garbella coming up. No, we'll have a pinch hitter, beg your pardon. Jesse De La Cruz will come in to hit.
Joliet Slammers, number 1, Jesse De La Cruz.
So Garbella, who only bats 159, having a seat on the bench. And De La Cruz will see his first action tonight. A big-time moment coming up here. De La Cruz, a .270 hitter on the year, 11 RBIs. Hughes ready, the pitch, and it's in for a strike, 0-1. Hughes, 14 appearances prior to this one, 1-0 win-loss record, 16 innings, a .338 ERA, a 1.00 whip, 27 Ks, 5 walks. The left-hander deals. And it's a breaking ball, misses a little bit high. Hughes didn't like it, but the count now 1-1. Runner on second base, one gone in the eighth. Here's the pitch. On the inside corner, taken for strike two. And De La Cruz down in the count now. De La Cruz, 25 runs scored, 4 doubles, 31 walks this season. Hughes ready at the set. Now the pitch. Fastball misses high and away. De La Cruz played in all 3 games against Schaumburg, was 2 for 11 in the series. 3 walks, 1 strikeout, and a run scored. Now the pitch inside, and that brushes De La Cruz off the plate. So the count now full. Well, first base not occupied. That would set up the double play opportunity. Hughes gets the sign, comes to the set, looks to second, now comes home. This ball swung on, line back up the middle, base hit, and being waved around third, held up there is Stengren. He got a terrible jump on the baseball. And it's going to be a pinch hit single for Jesse De La Cruz. Can't ask for much more than that. And now it's Cal Haza coming to the plate. Haza batting 188 on the year. He had a bunt single his last time at the dish in the 7th. Max Peterson coming out to the mound. He wants a word with Hughes. We'll see if he makes a call to the bullpen. There's a right-hander going, and he will. We'll be back on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. We're in the 8th, 1st and 3rd for Joliet. 6-6 game with Evansville. John Beamer taking over on the rubber, and there's runners on 1st and 3rd. 1 gone in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 6-6 game between Evansville and Joliet. The day is over for Griff Hughes. Went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 3 hits, no strikeouts, no walks, and he is responsible for both runners on base. So coming to the plate, Cal Haza, and it's a righty-on-righty battle. The first pitch, Beamer deals from the stretch, and it's a bunt attempt by Haza. He pulls back a strike, 0-1. Beamer, in his last appearance, was in 4 innings of work, a start for him, and he gave up no runs with a hit, 3 walks, 4 Ks. He has seen action in 18 appearances. Throws to first, back in safely is the runner in De La Cruz, who moments ago had a pinch hit single back up the middle, was able to advance Stengren to third. The right-hander ready. He deals. Breaking ball, called strike 2. Well, needless to say, this would be a massive strikeout. Beamer, in his 18 appearances, 1 game started, 2-1 win-loss record, 24 innings, 3.75 ERA. He gets the sign, comes to the set, glove at the belly, and the pitch. Inside, just a little bit off the corner. Boy, he deked Haza with that breaking ball. And Haza ended up scooting out of the way of that pitch. Well, it was really close. And now the count 1-2. Beamer offers up. Swing and a miss. Huge strikeout for Beamer. Coming out of the bullpen, and he's able to set down Haza. Now coming to the plate, Braden Duyan. So 2 outs now, and it's going to take a base hit, an error, or a wild pitch to bring home that runner on third. Runners at the corners here in the 8th inning, 6-6 game. Beamer, the right-hander, kicks and deals, and Duyan takes a strike, 0-1. Infield playing back, outfield medium deep. Righty on lefty battle. Here comes the pitch from Beamer. And Duyan takes a breaking ball, strike 2. Boy, they're not even getting the bat off their shoulders. And Duyan down in the count. Got to protect. And Beamer looking to strike out back-to-back. Joliet slammers coming out of the bullpen. He's done it before. Can he do it again? Beamer trying to beat clutch. We have time called. Felix wants time, the catcher. Wonder if that's almost like an icing the batter strategy, because Duyan just called time himself. Here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball outside. Well, if you're the catcher, Felix, you have to be a brick wall back there. No excuses for anything to get by you. Beamer ready. He steps and deals, and this one is inside near the shoe tops of Duyan, and Felix able to backhand it. Runners at the corners, 2 down in the 8th, and it is 6-6. Joliet plating 4 unanswered runs in the 6th and 7th innings. The pitch. Breaking ball outside, and the count now full. So Beamer was ahead 0-2. He has thrown 3 straight balls, and the count is now 3-2. Second base, not occupied. So a walk does not bring home a runner. Beamer comes to the set. Here's the payoff pitch. And it's swung on, a weak grounder to the right side of the infield. Mendham snags it, charges to first, and they're able to beat Duyan by a step. So that'll do it. John Beamer comes out of the bullpen, does his job. He strands 2 runners. No damage done for Joliet. 6-6 with Evansville. We'll take it to the 9th.
Quality service at the lowest possible cost.
Bottom of the ninth inning, and it is 6-6 between Evansville and Joliet. And back on the rubber, John Beamer. First pitch from the windup, and the right-hander tosses a breaking ball just outside to Liam MacArthur, the count 1-0. Well, Evansville has been quiet offensively with the bats. Can they pick it up defensively with the pitching? Here's a strike to MacArthur, the count 1-1. The Jailbirds plating 4 unanswered runs. The pitch. And this one's lifted back behind the screen out of play. 1-2 to MacArthur. Should the Otters force extras? Well, it would be their 5th extra innings game of the year. Now the pitch. And it's a tapper back to the Joliet first base dugout. And we'll try it again at 1-2. Evansville 1-3 in extra inning games this year. Their lone win coming against Sussex. The 1-2. Here's a weak tapper to the left side of the infield. Diving attempt by Zinn deep in the hole. It's short, and he will knock it down, but that's going to be a brutal infield single given up by Beamer.
Next up for Joliet, number 12.
So now it'll be Antonio Valdez coming to the plate. 8-8, or rather 6-6 the score between Joliet and Evansville. Righty on lefty battle. Valdez 2 for 3. And he squares the bunt, getting up in the box. Beamer, the right-hander, tosses the first pitch. Fastball high and outside. Beamer came out of the bullpen in the 8th inning. Struck out the first guy. Got the next guy to ground out with runners on first and third to preserve the tie. Reyes playing in, expecting bunt. And it is back to the mound. Beamer will pick it up. He will serve it over to first in time to retire Valdez. A successful sacrifice bunt. Well, that's exactly what Joliet did in the 8th inning. But it was horrendous base running from Drew Stengren, the catcher, because when he got to second, he had a terrible secondary lead, and when Jesse De La Cruz had a pinch hit single, it was a line drive back up the middle. It was also a slow reaction from Stengren, so that's why there were runners at the corners. Hold on, wait a minute. They're going to walk Matthew Workington. So they want to set up the double play ball. And they will face Jonathan Sierra, who had a 2 RBI single his last time at the plate. Righty on lefty battle. Beamer looks to second, now comes home. Breaking ball, misses outside, and the count 1-0. Series opener between these two clubs. We'll give you the middle game tomorrow at 6:35 p.m. Central Time. First pitch, the pitch, and Sierra cuts and comes up empty. He was fooled on that one. 1-1. First and second. One gone here in the 9th. 6-6 between Evansville and Joliet. Well, tomorrow they will celebrate Independence Day, yes, on July 3rd. And then on the actual Independence Day, they will celebrate the Military Appreciation Night here at Slammers Stadium. The 1-1. Ground ball hit out towards second, could be 2. Fielded by Adams, throws to second for 1. On to first, double play. A 4-6-3 twin killing. We're heading to the 10th. 9 innings not enough tonight. And a huge double play from Beamer as he rolls the pitcher's best friend. 6-6, we're heading to the 10th.
Now pitching for the Slammers, number 16, Cole Lesniewski.
Wesneski? Is that right? Wesneski? Thank you.
Now batting, number 6, Randy Bednar.
Top of the 10th inning, it's Randy Bednar leading it off, and with the international tiebreaker rules, Alec Olin stands on second. First pitch to Bednar, misses the zone, the count 1-0, and it is Cole Wesneski on the rubber, the right-hander, working from the stretch, and it is 6-6 between Evansville and Joliet. Next pitch to Bednar, misses high, 2 balls and no strikes. Bednar 2 for 4, a 3-run homer, and then a double in his last 2 at-bats. Righty on righty battle. Here's the pitch. And Bednar will watch the 2-0 sail high, 3 balls and no strikes. Al Harrison went 1-2-3 out of the bullpen in the 9th, but John Beamer for Evansville rolling a 4-6-3 double play to end the bottom of the 9th inning. Next pitch to Bednar, misses upstairs, and it's a 4-pitch walk. So that'll put runners on first and second base now. And coming to the plate, Mason White, 2 for 4, a solo homer in the 4th, doubled in the 5th inning. And White trying to put Evansville back ahead. They have not led since the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses in. 5 straight balls out of the bullpen from Wesneski. Excuse me, that's Wesneski. The right-hander comes to the set. The pitch. Fastball outside. 2-0. Boy, he is all over the place to start this relief appearance. And we have time called with the new pitching coach, Tyler Martin, coming out to have a word. White, a .318 batter on the year. Drove in his 20th RBI with that 3rd homer of the year for him in that 4th inning. Also picked up double number 11. Just one behind David Mendham. Alec Olin also with 10 RBIs, or rather 10 doubles on the year. The meeting on the mound over. White digs back in from the left side. The pitch. And it's at the knees, taken for a strike, 2-1. White was just 1 for his last 18 before that home run. Now the next pitch. Fastball misses just a little bit outside, 3-1. Good hitters count now. Evansville trying to improve in their extra inning games this year. The pitch, and this is lifted in the air. High, deep toward left center field. Back on his horse, MacArthur. He looks up, and this one is gone! Mason White does it again, his 2nd home run of the game, and this one gives Evansville back the lead. In extra innings, White drives home 3, and it is 9-6 Evansville.
Now batting number 28, Joe Martin.
Mercy! How do you like that? 1 for his last 17 entering play today. And White now has a 3 for 5 game with 2 home runs today. So now coming to the plate, it is Logan Brown, a pinch hitter. He will take over for Yomar Reyes. First pitch swinging, grounds one to first. Sierra fields it cleanly, flips to Wesneski covering the bag, and there's one down.
Now batting number 5, Justin.
So now coming to the plate, Justin Felix, 9-6 Evansville. Oh my goodness. Wasn't sure if that was going to get out or not. Just snuck over the left center wall. First pitch misses a little bit high to Felix, and the count 1-0. And the other thing to consider is this is a park that plays extremely deep. Now the next offering. Inside, almost hit Felix. 2 balls, no strikes. 348 down the left field line, 400 to dead center. So you think left center, while there's no official marker, probably somewhere around 375, 380. Next pitch to Felix on the outside corner, a strike, maybe even deeper. But White got a hold of that one. The pitch. And Felix lifts this one in the air. Gives it a good ride out towards center field. Duyon backing up. But he will have room out there to put it away. 2 down.
Now batting number 1, Delvin Zinn.
So now coming to the plate, Delvin Zinn, bases empty, 2 gone here in the 10th inning. 9-6 Otters lead it. Here's the pitch, and Zinn takes one a little bit low, the count 1-0. Zinn putting together a nice performance today, 2 for 3. Couple of singles, a run scored, a walk, 2 stolen bags. The pitch, and he grounds one to the left side of the infield, ranging towards second. Nova, the third baseman, throws to first. That'll do it. Mason White delivers with a 3-run homer here in the 10th inning, and Evansville takes a 9-6 lead over Joliet. We'll head to the bottom of the 10th. One last chance for the Slammers when we come back. Bottom of the 10th inning, Michael McAveen back on the rubber for Evansville, trying to earn the save, and it is Evansville 9, Joliet 6. Well, McAveen, the closer for the Otters, so again, in a safe situation, why not throw him out there? Drew Stengren leading it off. First pitch, swing and a miss, and we'll have time called with the catcher Justin Felix going out to the mound. He wants a word with McAveen. The ghost runner, Jonathan Sierra, who stands on second base. And it was Mason White to be the hero in the top of the 10th inning, launching a 3-run homer over the left center wall, which gave Evansville their 9-6 lead. McAveen comes to the set, working from the stretch. He looks to second. Now he comes home. Swing and a miss, and it is 0-2 now to Stengren. McAveen, a 4-seam fastball, cut fastball, and a curveball. Very rare occasions he will throw a slider as well. McAveen ready. At the set, he tosses in the 0-2. And Stengren will look at one just off the outside corner. 1-2. Mason White with a 2-home run game today. He has delivered 4 RBIs for Evansville. And Randy Bednar also with 3 RBIs as he has a home run. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, grounded to the left side, fielded cleanly, and the throw to first in time as it's now David Mendham over there at third base. He moves in place of Yomar Reyes to the hot corner, and now at first it's Logan Brown. Reyes was pinch hit for by Brown in the last inning. So Reyes out of the game. Mendham fielding that one, and the 5-3 putout makes it 1 down. That runner on second still there. Now at the plate, Victor Nova. Righty on lefty battle. First pitch misses a little bit low, and the count 1-0. 9-6, Otters lead it, and we're in the bottom of the 10th inning. What a game this has been. A seesaw contest. Joliet getting ahead early. Evansville then taking the lead. Joliet tied the game, and Evansville retook the lead in the 10th. Next pitch misses low, and the count 2-0 now to Nova. Runner on second base, 1 gone here in the inning. Evansville trying to hold on, and McAveen trying to slam the door for his 4th save of the year. He comes to the set. The right-hander ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, called a strike. McAveen into his 14th appearance of the year. 0-3 on the season. He's 3 for 4 in save opportunities. 14 1/3 prior innings, 2.51 ERA, 1.12 WHIP. He is ready, and he comes home. Broken bat, ground ball to the right side of the infield. Sliding stop by Adams. Gets up, throw to first, and there's 2 down. So up to third, Sierra, but Joliet down to their final out. Nice play from the second baseman, Adams. And representing the final out is Jesse De La Cruz. De La Cruz came on as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning for Giovanni Garbella. Had a line drive single back up the middle. And I'll tell you what, this game might have been lost on poor base running from Joliet tonight. Runner on third, 2 gone. The pitch, and it misses outside. Drew Stengren was on second base when De La Cruz came in to pinch hit. And on that line drive single back up the middle, Stengren had a horrible secondary lead, and he had a slow reaction, so he had to hold at third base. The pitch, and here's the line drive back up the middle, and that gets through. Second hit of the game for De La Cruz, and it's an RBI knock. So make it a 9-7 game. McAveen gives up the unearned run, and well, now coming to the plate is the tying run, Cal Haza. So we're not done yet, but the plot thickens here at Slammers Stadium. Runner on first base, bottom of the 10th inning. Righty on righty battle. First pitch to Haza. Fastball in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. So the Slammers still down to their final out, but Haza 1 for 4 tonight. A bunt single in the 7th inning. Not much power at the plate, no home runs. The pitch, and he taps it foul to the left side. We'll have a 0-2 count now, and the Slammers are down to their final strike. Haza, no extra base hits in his first 9 games of the season with Joliet. McAveen trying to slam the door. 0-2 count, 2 outs in the 10th. 9-7 Otters lead. Here's the pitch. Tap back at the screen, foul, and we'll try it again. Evansville trying to put an end to their 3-game slide. They were swept at the Thunderbolts Stadium by Windy City. Trying to come through with a massive win here and get back in the win column. McAveen comes to the set. Glove at the belt. The 0-2 pitch, and it's sent back over the screen. We'll have another 0-2 coming. Runner on first base. Again, the tying run at the plate. McAveen at the set. He's ready. The kick and the pitch. Misses downstairs, the count 1-2. So De La Cruz able to extend this game with an RBI base hit. Braden Duyan on deck should it come to that point. McAveen ready. Here's the 1-2. Just a little bit low. So now the deuces are wild to Heza. The shortstop able to extend his 4-game hit streak in that 7th inning, but trying to come through with a big hit here. Here's the pitch from McAveen. It's a tapper back to the mound. McAveen fields it cleanly, runs it over to first, flips it to Brown. Ball game. Evansville comes through in extra innings for their 2nd extra innings win of the season, and they're able to best Joliet tonight, a 9-7 finish here at Slammers Stadium. Final box score and the recap coming your way next.
First to home, all kids will begin.
Evansville comes away with the series opening win tonight in Joliet, Illinois at Slammers Stadium. Your final score, the Otters 9 and the Slammers 7. So the final box score and the recap coming your way here on Flow Sports and the Otters Digital Network. It was a back and forth contest, one which featured Evansville jumping ahead early, or rather Joliet jumping ahead early, I should say, then Evansville taking the lead in the middle innings, Joliet tying it late in the game. The game went into extras, and then Evansville took the lead in the 10th inning. They did not look back, and they were able to secure the win tonight. A massive win, putting an end to their 3-game slide, and they inch 1 game closer back to the rest of the pack in the West Division. Joliet jumped on the board first, 2 runs coming in the 1st inning, An RBI double from Matthew Workington and an RBI single from Drew Stengren made it a 2-0 game. Evansville got one back in the away second. It was a 2-out single from Yomar Reyes, and then 2 batters later, Delvin Zinn singled him in with a base hit up the middle. In the 4th inning, Evansville tied the game. A solo homer from Mason White made it 2-2. Then in the 5th frame, Evansville played at 4 to take a 6-2 lead at the time. The inning started with a single from Delvin Zinn, then Alex Adams struck out, then Giovanni DiGiacomo walked, and David Mendham had an RBI single. Then Alec Olin flew out to left. Randy Bednar then came to the dish and launched a 3-run homer over the left center wall, which made it 6-2 at the time. In the 6th inning, Joliet then would go on to score 4 unanswered. A solo homer from Matthew Workington in the 6th. In the 7th frame, they plated 3 runs, including the highlight being a 2 RBI single from Jonathan Sierra with 2 outs in the inning. Now on that play, Matthew Workington, who had a fielder's choice RBI the batter before, tried to score from first to home. Not really loaded, and a single to the right center gap, but he tried to score. He was gunned down at the plate. That ended the 7th inning, but it was 6-6. Nobody could score in the 8th or 9th innings. So we go to extras, where Evansville had their inherited base runner on second. That was Alec Olin. And then Randy Bednar saw 4 pitches walked. Mason White got into a 2-0 count. And then later in the at-bat, after seeing 2 balls, he launched a 3-run homer over the left center wall, which made it a 9-6 game. The next 3 Otters would go down quietly, but the damage had already been done. The ghost runner for Joliet in the bottom of the 10th inning would later come around to score after Jesse De La Cruz singled after coming on as a pinch hitter in the 8th. He went 2 for 2 tonight, 2 base hits coming off the bench. Pretty good day for him, and it scored Jonathan Sierra at the time, but there were 2 down in the inning already, and the next batter, Cal Haza, grounded out to the pitcher to end the game, and that's all she wrote. So Evansville, 9 runs, 7 earned, 9 hits, no errors in the field, 6 left on, and Joliet, 7 runs, 6 earned, 13 hits, 1 error in the field, 8 left on. Taking the loss is Cole Wisniewski. He is now 3-1 on the year as he pitched in the 10th, gave up the 3 runs, 2 earned on a hit, a walk, no strikeouts. Taking the win, John Beamer. He went 1 2/3 out of the bullpen tonight, struck out 1, walked 1, gave up a hit, but no runs coming across. And well, I'll tell you what, Beamer came in a huge spot in that 8th inning. There were runners on 1st and 3rd with just 1 out. Beamer struck out the first guy he saw, and then let the next guy he saw ground out to first, and David Mendham tapped the bag unassisted to end that 8th inning without allowing a run to come in for Joliet. That preserved the tie at the time, which was able to send the game into extra innings. Michael McAveen picked up the save through a 1-run unearned game in the 10th, where he went the full inning. And again, that ghost runner not earned, so he gave up a hit and no walks, no strikeouts, just the 1 unearned run. But McAvee picks up the save, and Evansville will move to 18-28 on the season. Joliet drops to 21-25, and the Otters have a chance to win the series tomorrow when we come back for the middle game of this 3-game set, a 6:35 first pitch. Hope you can all be there. One final time, your final score: Evansville 9 and Joliet 7 tonight. This is Kyle Chandler saying thanks again, and we hope to see you again. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. 2 hours and 52 minutes was our game time tonight, and we were not given an attendance, but it was a good crowd at the ballpark. 79 degrees and sunny skies during the day, and when the night rolled in, about 75 degrees. Now we can say, this is Kyle Chandler saying thanks again, and we hope to see you again tomorrow. Again, a 6:35 p.m. start time when the Evansville Otters look to take the series against the Joliet Slammers. Until then, please stay safe, enjoy the rest of your night, but most importantly,